Hey guys, what is going on? It is Rays here. It has been, I think, 15 months, something like that. I think the last video I did like this happened in like December of 2014, so that would be like 15, 16 months, I think, right? Anyways, yeah, I'm here bringing you something that I haven't done in quite some time. It is another gaming setup tour video, but this one's a little bit different because prior I've only done, setup tours of my room. I did one of my dorm, I did one of my bedroom when I was at home. But now that I have my own apartment, this is going to be a full-blown apartment tour. We're going to look at my setup, but I'm also going to show you guys kind of what my apartment's like, because I know a lot of you have been asking questions for ages on my stream, like, hey, show us the apartment. So here it is. Right now I'm actually pointing the camera at the door because I don't want to spoil anything, but I will go ahead and turn around now and reveal what my apartment looks like. So let us do that. Whoosh! So this is me standing from the doorway, and so whenever you first come into my apartment, you can see kind of this living room area. We've got a couch with a computer, well, not a computer, sorry, a TV, and then a nice little rug area with my Wii boxes there. And then you can see my setup in the background, and a little dining table area. Oh, that's kind of hard to see with the lighting. We'll get to that in a second. And then also this nice little end table here. And I'm going to turn on this light because, people, this is a very powerful light. I don't know why it's so powerful, but people always make fun of me when I turn it on my stream because for such a tiny light, it's got quite a lot of power in it. Look at that. You can see the light clearly through the lampshade. I think maybe I have the wrong light bulb in there or something. I don't know. But it's pretty intense. Again, here's another look at kind of the living room area. We've got a TV and a nice little lamp thing over there with the couch. And then this side table here. Now, an interesting thing about this side table is that this little side table, end table, entry table, whatever you call it, actually holds the majority of my video games. So in here, you can see a lot of my handhelds. We've got the Game Boy Advance SP box, and there's actually an SP hiding in there and some games. Same with the actual GBA, and if I open this up, you can actually see the Game Boy Advance hide in there as well. This is my 3DS, and this actually holds my DS Lite, and they have all of the game things in them. And then under here, we actually have pretty much the bulk of my collection. This is not everything, because whenever I stayed with my dad on weekends a few years back, I gave him half of my Wii and GameCube collection, and so those are actually in storage somewhere. But the half of the collection that I do have is here. We have all my N64 games, and I'm not going to pull them all out. You can see a few key titles here. This is Majora's Mask. You can see it. This is DK64. And then this is, I think this is Rayman 2, right? Yeah, Rayman 2. And then the blue one is Tony Hawk. There are some other key games in my collection, Super Mario 64, Paper Mario, all the N64 classics you would think of, I probably have. And then I'm going to slowly pan through these so you guys can see them. I'm not going to say anything, but you can see all the games that I have as well. And reminder, this is not my full collection. It is about half of it. I don't have the other half right now. And then, of course, JP Sunshine. So that's the game collection. Pretty nice. If I ever want to play games, I can just go grab one. And in the drawers below this TV, we actually have all of my controllers. So if I open it up here, you can see I've got a few N64 controllers, white Japanese GameCube controllers, a couple HoriPad minis. I actually have an Xbox controller or two, and then a few other things like the transfer pack where you could plug in your Pokemon and all that, a few Rumble packs. And then Wii remotes, all that, you can see them in there. And I think I have a console in here, I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I actually have my N64 right here. It actually is still working, but I don't really have a way to stream it right now because I don't have a CRT and I don't have an HDMI upscaler. So I kind of just have it in here. There's a few other things, but mostly just cables. And there's nothing in the bottom drawer. Anyways, let's move over to the setup. Actually, before I do that, let me show you guys how comfortable this couch is. The cool thing about the couch is that it actually has the ability to pull up. I think there's like a thing somewhere that I can do to make the thing come up. I don't know where it is. Whatever, it's not important. But these things actually come up, so you can actually flip them up and lounge back. There's like a cord you have to pull somewhere. I don't know where it is. Whatever. Anyways, here's the dining area. It's kind of hard to get in the back, but I mean, if I really had 4 people over, I'm sure we could fit someone back there. It's pretty nice. I've got my backpack for school. And here's the bulk of everything. So let's look at this. So a few things have changed since I did my last setup tour video. One of the most notable things is I got a new keyboard. Instead of having the, what did I have before, a G710 Plus with brown switches, I now have a Corsair K70 RGB with red switches. And the keyboard setting I have is actually really cool because every time I hit a button, it actually sends out a ripple. And that might be kind of hard to see in the video. Hopefully you can see it. But like any of the buttons I type, like, it sends out a ripple effect everywhere, which I think is really cool. And it works over here too and all that. So fun stuff. It's also a really nice keyboard. I actually like this keyboard more than the Logitech G710 Plus, which was also very nice in and of itself. So I also picked up a new mouse pad. I now have I think this is a QCK Heavy SteelSeries mouse pad. It's a lot bigger. So that, as you can see, like for scale with the mouse in the corner, like this is all the room we have. It's a little dusty, but that's all right. My apartment is a little messy, so I do apologize about that in advance, but hopefully you still enjoy the video anyways. Still rocking the Razer Death Adder 2013. Still working wonderfully for me. Still have the blue Yeti microphone, although I'm thinking about getting a mixer soon. I don't really know much about that, but still have the blue Yeti. You can see the mic arm extending back there. And then here, this is how I do my streaming. So whenever I want to stream a console game, like Wii or Wii U, as you can see here, they are actually both connected to this thing right here, the LGX, which is the Live Gamer Extreme, which is a USB 3.0 capture card, which is then connected. Oh god, there's a mess of wires back there. That's actually gross. Don't look at that. But anyways, it's connected to a USB 3.0 port in the back, which then allows me to simply, so like as you can see here, I've got my Twitter up with my second monitor. I can simply hit a button, switch the input, and if you give it a second, then suddenly, boom, we've got sunshine on the screen. And this is how I do my streaming. So I'll like set up my stream, I'll go live, then I'll switch over to sunshine, and then I have chat and everything still on this other screen here. So as you can see, I do still have mouse control, and I can do whatever I need to do over on this monitor. But I play the game here. And then whenever I'm done, whenever I'm finished streaming, or when I want to do like a PC game, I can just switch it back. And you'll see it'll switch back to not VGA, but DVI, and then boom, it'll show up again in a second, and now we have full computer access. And one really cool thing that I want to talk about that I've changed since I did my last setup video is I actually got a really long HDMI cable, and I ran it all the way over to the TV, way over there. And so actually, that's a third monitor, which means I can take this and throw it up on screen over there, which is a pretty nifty thing. I'm actually thinking about getting a Chromecast because this is kind of convenient sometimes, inconvenient. Like, I don't know, sometimes routing the sound from the computer to the TV is hard because I have to change my audio settings and windows and all that. I mean, it's still pretty convenient, and so like I can just pop on a stream and sit down and watch and chill. But I don't know, Chromecasts apparently make everything infinitely easier, so I'm thinking about getting a Chromecast as well, but I'll probably still keep the HDMI attached just in case, because you never know. But let me go ahead and bring this back over here. Again, it's a pretty cool thing. I can just simply drag it back to my computer like that, and we're good to go. But yeah, this is pretty much my setup. We've got the router over there, and next to my amiibos, you can see that's my whole entire amiibo collection, so I hope you're taking notes on how many I have, because it's not very many. Yeah, and then if you're wondering what this thing back here is, this is just a USB port. It's a little more convenient because trying to plug stuff in underneath, like here, can be kind of a pain, so it's easier to just have this USB port, or USB hub up here rather, so I can plug things in up here up top. So a little bit about the specs before we move on to the next area. This is an Acer 120Hz monitor. It's one of the very first 120Hz that came out back in, I think, 2011, 2012. I'm actually thinking about getting a 144Hz soon, so this will no longer be my primary one. This is an Asus one that I've had ever since I was in like middle school, I think, but it's still It's like Old Faithful, man. It's 60 hertz, so it's nothing super special, but I mean the color quality on it is still amazing after all this time. So I'm pretty happy with it. I thought about getting a mount to kind of like connect the two, so I don't need the stands, but I'm really lazy and I probably am not going to do that. Maybe at some point I will. Oh, and people probably want to see this. So I always talk about how I have my webcam on a can of soup. If I rotate this can a little bit, you'll see we have Campbell's tomato soup, 40% bigger. I put the webcam on top of my old LGP box and then on top of a can of tomato soup. So when I sit down in the chair like this, it's pointing kind of at eye level with me, which makes it nicer for you guys. So it's not like looking up at me or like looking down, because I think those are both very unpleasing angles for a person. Anyways, I think this is pretty much it. If you guys have any questions on the specs or whatever, feel free to ask a question either whenever you see me in stream or on this YouTube video or whatever. I would be happy to answer it if I can. But this is pretty much it. So yeah, this is my setup. And oh, one last thing. Whenever I do OSU and I use hand cam, this is the webcam. It's just pointing down at the mouse and keyboard like that. So there you go. But yes, let's move into the unexplored area that you guys do not know about. If we move over here, you will see we have a little hallway, which is kind of leads into the bedroom. You can see the bed there. And then we've got the kitchen over here. So again, my apartment's kind of messy as we move forward, so please bear with me. But the apartment is pretty nice. It's a little old, but it's kept in pretty good condition. There are little quirks, little qualms about it that I'm not the biggest fan of, but generally speaking, the apartment is very nice and pretty well kept. So whenever you walk into the kitchen, we've got the microwave over here, the base microwave. This thing is legendary. And then I've got some paper towels and all that. I mean, this is just pretty standard kitchen stuff. I need to do the dishes as well, by the way. You can see I've got some things in there that need taken care of. Then we've got our stove here. Now, the interesting thing about the stove is that I actually have to get, whenever I use the oven, I had to get this digital oven thermometer because there's no oven light, because this is a very old oven. There's no oven light. And honestly, I can't read this dial. Like, there are parts of it you can read, but you can see that it's definitely starting to get worn off. Like, look at this right here. Can you read that? What is this? This doesn't say anything to me. And so, whenever I was talking about how I almost caught a pizza on fire or whatever that one time, that was because, like, you can't read the dial, and there's no lights on this oven, so you have no idea to know whether or not the oven's preheated. And because I didn't have this oven thermometer, which, here, I'll see if I can turn it on so you can kind of see how it works. If I turn it on here. Oh, it's beeping at me. But yeah, like, see, this is kind of a thing that you would see on a standard digital oven. That it really helps out a lot because it allows you to keep track of this oven's temperature, because the oven itself has no idea what the heck's going on. And then we've got gas stovetop, which also has knobs that are really worn off. But I've managed okay. I haven't burned down the apartment yet, so that's good. And a fridge over here. The fridge and oven are both kind of old, so they're not like that great, but I mean, they work, so I can't complain too much. And then, of course, we've got an oven fan. And then a light. So, kind of what you'd expect from an oven. We've got my pantry here. Here's some food. I need to go get more because this is pretty much all the food I have right now, but that's okay. And then the countertop and stuff. And I got this nice little, this is a Fox cookie jar that I got from family. You can actually take off the head of this guy, which is kind of morbid, but I don't have anything in there. I just kind of have it on the counter for now because I don't really know where to put it. This is actually my favorite room in my entire house, actually. It's the bathroom, which, funnily enough, you wouldn't think would be someone's favorite room, but it's just so, like, cozy in here. So you walk in, you get the walk-in bathtub / shower combo thing, which is nice because I wasn't expecting to get a full-sized bathtub in my one-bed, one-bath apartment, but I guess that's the definition of one bath, so there it is. And then we've got, of course, the toilet with whatever, and the sink, and me. Hello. But the reason I like this thing so much is just because, like, there's no windows, which is a nice thing to have whenever you're taking a shower, because you don't want people creeping. That's no fun. And it's just, I don't know. It's just a cozy little room. I like it. I'm a fan. Unfortunately, there is no plugs And that's the thing that sucks, because I've got like a razor that I need to charge, an electric razor, but like, as you can see, I'm pointing it around everywhere. Like, there's no plugs to be seen. There's a light switch, which I can use to turn on this fan and these overhead lights, but that's about it. Anyways, yeah, here's the bathroom again, another little view at it. We'll kind of get the down low view and then the up high view. Again, here's me wearing my the whatever this is, it's a shirt thing. And yeah, there you go. So now we'll go into the final room. This is my bedroom. This bedroom is very spacious, honestly, for a one bed, one bath. But whenever I talk about how I ran out of furniture, you'll see exactly what I mean when I turn around in a second. So first of all, we have the bed here, which is nice. I've got a couple scarves that I like to wear, although the season for wearing scarves kind of ended. And I've got my GDQ badge from SGDQ. And then I've got this nice little nightstand, which I do a lot of charging with. I've got my alarm clock here. I'm actually charging my iPad right now. And I just have a few other things on there, such as my fox and this nice otter that I got. And then we've got the dresser here. And the dresser is where I have my razors, because you can see that this is like the closest plug to the bathroom over around the corner here. So I can't actually charge these things and keep them in the bathroom because there's no plug there, which is kind of weird, but that's all right. And then I've got a few like miscellaneous textbooks and all that, stats, object-oriented programming, cracking the coding interview, just miscellaneous stuff. But when we turn around, you'll see that there's just a bunch of stuff in the corner here, because this bedroom is actually really large, but whenever I was moving in, I ran out of furniture. And because I ran out of furniture, this stuff over here does not have a place. And so because it doesn't have a place, then it just has to stay there until I get more furniture. But I'm hoping that once I get more furniture, I'll actually have a nice place for it. I don't know. We'll see. But, I mean, it's nothing super amazing. Just some extra stuff, like I've got luggage, a few storage containers, a couple hoodies, and these hoodies I actually can put away, but I have them out because, you know, since we're not fully out of the cold season yet, you don't know if you're going to need them again or not, so I'm leaving them out for now. Just miscellaneous stuff like that. And this toaster oven, which is a nice toaster oven, but it's so large that I have nowhere to put it in my entire apartment. So I'm trying to figure out what to do with that, but I'm sure I'll figure out something. Anyways, here's the closet. It's got a lot of clothing and stuff that you'd expect to be in a closet, so there's that. But as you can see, this is just kind of reaffirming the idea that I have no room to put any of this stuff. So if I can find something, maybe like some IKEA storage units or something, that would be awesome. I don't know. We'll deal with that when we come to it. But yeah, I think this is about it. So again, another look at the room. This is the bed. This is where like I do my sleeping and all that. Here's like a little charging station. I've got like my phone charger here, which is actually charging my Fitbit because it needs to be charged. Actually, let me check. Are you good to go? It is good to go. Nice. I'm gonna have to put that on after this video. And then my iPad and all that, and a few more storage things. But yeah, so I think this is pretty much my entire apartment. Again, we'll do one more fly through just in case you miss something on the first go round. So again, here's the front door. This is what you see when you come in. Got a little side table here. Again, with the computer onto the TV, because I have no cable, so this is really the only use the TV has. On the couch. I do want to see if I can find the thing, because this is really nice. I just can't find the thing that I'm supposed to pull to make the thing come out. That's really non-specific, and you guys probably have no idea what I'm talking about, but I think I can find it. Maybe? Maybe? Question mark? No? No. Alright, I don't think we can find it right now. So that's fine. Oh wait, I found it. Here it is. Whoop! Look at that. Nice, dude, nice. And there's one over on that side too, so it's just a very comfy couch. And little dining area. My setup with the L-shaped desk and all that. The kitchen. The bathroom. And my bedroom. Alright, so I think that's about it. If you guys have any questions or you're curious about anything, feel free to drop a comment down below. But this video was almost 20 minutes, and I doubt you're even going to watch this much. But if you do, props to you. Anyways, until next time, raysfire out.